YouTube, what's up? I'm Adrian the Barber, and I'm back again with another man weave video. Today I'll be doing the scalp exposure unit. I just put out the moisture resistant unit last Thursday. That video was a hit, ton of great reviews. Everybody wanted to see more. I got the wave video, the dread video. I got all of them coming out to you. So make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're updated every time I'm putting out these new videos. I'm uploading 3 new videos every week. So again, subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss out. Y'all thought I was playing. Y'all thought this was a game. Y'all thought it was a joke. Darnell.
Yes, sir.
YouTube, they thought I was playing.
Yes, sir.
They thought I was playing by the man weave.
Oh, yeah. Hey, he's for real. Listen, one thing I do know, you can come in here looking like Michael Jordan and leave out here looking like James Harden.
Man, no, for real. A lot of people thought it was going to be a video where I just got a ball deuce in there and also I was going to zoom into a head full of hair. All my videos are full instructional tutorials, step by step. I teach everything. I'm not leaving anything out. I'm gonna be showing you guys multiple ways on how to do these hair units. I'm gonna show you the dreads. I'm gonna show you the waves. I'm gonna actually show you multiple ways on how to do the wave units. And wait a second, Lou.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Hello.
If you haven't been over to my Instagram, get on my Instagram and check out the video of the waves I gave Lou. I gave him a full hair replacement. Show him a picture. Show him a picture.
Hey, right here. You guys can see that. See, that's me, right here. Boy, see, he put the hair on me.
So yeah, if you guys want to see
This man can do for real. Any type of the race. No Asian, black, whatever. He can do onyx.
So
he can do everything.
So hey, should we give him a full instructional video on how to do like Asian hair? Should we give you a hair replacement?
Absolutely, yes, sir. Yeah, I love to do that.
If you guys want to see a full hair replacement, full head hair replacement on Lou again, go ahead and leave that in the comments, drop it below, and we'll go
right here. See, he do that for me. This ain't going to rest on when I got hair.
Check out my Instagram. The full video is on Instagram of Lou bald, and then it's going to zoom into him with the waves. Go over there and check it out. So for this scalp exposure unit, it's a lot easier than the moisture resistant unit that I showed last week in the video. There's not as many products and there's not as many steps. So obviously the video is a little bit shorter. I'm going to show you parts of the haircut, and then I'm gonna switch into actually doing the hair replacement. I'm gonna say this is probably my least favorite unit to do, just because the length that it lasts is not as long as the other unit, like the moisture resistance one, that lasts up to 2 months if your clients take care of it well. This unit lasts anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. I've even seen them last not even up to a week. And so again, that's something you want to let your clients know. I always try to steer people away from this unit, kind of, just because you know, I want to put stuff on clients that's going to last a long time, and I want them to feel like they get their money's worth. And for this unit, I usually charge about $150. And if it's something that doesn't last, you know, a week, 2 weeks, I feel like they're not really getting their money's worth. So now I'm just going to go and I'm going to show you guys all the products that you need to successfully complete this unit. Now, most of the products are the same that I used in the previous video. You're going to need an eyeliner pencil again to draw on a hairline. You're going to need your lace wig bond, skin protectant. Again, all these products are down in my description below, so if you go down and hit that link, you'll be able to find all these products. So lace wig skin protectant. You're going to need a lace wig glue. I use Ghost Bond. This is the best glue on the market. That's from my personal experience and from what I've heard from other professionals who do toupees and male hair replacement units. Ghost Bond is #1, so I'll definitely check out Ghost Bond. It's a little bit more expensive than most other lace wig glues, but it's definitely worth it. Units are going to last a little longer. And since I've been using Ghost Bond, I haven't had any units fall off in a short amount of time. So another product you're going to need is electrical tape. Use it for the hairline again. You'll see it here in the video soon. For my color enhancement, I use Kiss Express. I use my airbrush gun. Also, you'll see that in the video. I'll talk about that, and you'll see how it works out when we use this just to blend in the unit to the natural hair. Then the hair I'm going to use is a Cuban twist braid. If you watch my last hair replacement video, you've seen I use this hair just on the hairline. This unit is actually made totally 100% out of this hair. So again, that's linked in the description below. You can go down there and check it out. It's relatively cheap. I think this pack of hair cost me $6. All the products I use for this, I probably spent $20 in products, and I'm gonna make $150 on the unit. So, you know, it's a profit of $130. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. Darnell, let's throw the Chicago step music on, and I want you to lead us into this next video. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the hair replacement unit. I got my client in the chair, caped up, ready to go. You see his before pics, and then when we get towards the end, I'm gonna show you the after pics of the scalp exposure unit. So Again, I'll be here watching this video with you guys, coaching you along the way, giving you tips, tricks, and everything I know about hair replacements. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with my wall detailers. I'm gonna make my initial guideline before I start the fade. So I'm gonna cut his hair first, and then I'm gonna put the unit on right after that. For this video, I'm just showing this left side of the fade again. If you saw my last video, it's gonna be the same sort of thing. So I'm just gonna show this left side of the fade. I'm gonna give you just a few important tips when it comes down to cutting the hair so that you can get a smooth transition from the hair unit that you're gonna create into his real hair. So I'm starting this out just like a regular haircut. Got my wall detailers, making my initial guideline, like I said. Any of the tools that I use in this video, you'll be able to find out in the description below. So if you're wondering what type of clippers I use or what type of glues or hair, any of that stuff is all going to be down in the description below. So make sure if you got questions, go in there and check it out. Now what I'm doing is before I want to fade the hair, I'm gonna line up his vertical bars. So after I make that guideline, I'm gonna find those vertical bars first, because you can see his vertical bars are really light, and I don't want to fade it first because I want to try to keep it as natural as possible. So I'll make the guideline, I'll go through, I'll do the vertical bars, and then I'll go in and I'll do the fade. Now I'm gonna take my zero guard on my Andis Masters. Only clips I'm using in this video are Masters, Andis Masters, wall detailers, and the wall magnet clip. So I'm gonna make my second guide with my zero guard closed. What I'm gonna do is just work this guard up. So I'm gonna start with it closed. I'm gonna make that first line, and then I'm gonna blend that weight line out by moving my clippers halfway open, and then I'm gonna move them all the way open and continue to blend it out into the top. Again, this is probably one of my least favorite hair replacement units to do, just for the fact that it doesn't last as long as other units do. You got other units out there where people are getting anywhere from 2 to 4 months. This unit right here is an easy, it's probably one of the fastest units that you'll do. But like I said, you can make some good money off of it. I said before that, I was gonna make $130 because I spent $20 on products. Off that $20 on products, what I forgot to mention was that I'll probably be able to get 4 of these hair replacements out of it. So say $600, and then I subtract that $25, I'm making $675 to $680. So that's a pretty good profit margin when you think about it. It's a lot cheaper than the toupees. The toupees, they cost anywhere from $100, $200, $300 just for one unit, but they are also reusable. When you're building a unit like this, it's going to save your clients a lot of money, it's going to save you some money, and it's going to make your profit margins higher. Because you're not going to have to go out and buy the toupee unit and then turn around and have to sell that to the client, and now you're selling the unit that's potentially costing the client $300 to $400, because you still have to make your money on it for the time that you're putting in. So after I use my zero guard, I move to my number 1 guard. Same exact technique, started with them all the way closed, and I just worked them open. Now, I want to try to keep the hair up towards the top where you see he's bald. I want to try to keep that as dark as possible, because when it comes time to blend in my synthetic hair with his real hair, this is gonna make it a lot easier. So sometimes you can even leave that a little bit darker, do the hair, do the synthetic hair unit, and then you can come back and you can blend that out afterwards. One thing with these units you have to remember though is wherever you put glue, you're not going to be able to cut. So I got my 2 guard on here. And with this 2 guard, all I'm doing is I'm just going in, I'm just trying to get that smooth transition into the top. So now I'm going to go ahead, take the guard off. If you're using detachable clippers, this will be equal to a 3-0 blade. And you're just going to go ahead and you're going to blend that bottom line out and get a nice smooth fade. So here in a second, I'm actually going to show you what the hair should look like before you get ready to start the unit. Again, start with them closed, 3-0. I'm just working my way up halfway, equal to an OA if you're using detachables, and then all the way open, equal to a number 1 with the Masters. and blending it into the weight line that I just blended out. So when I get done with my masters, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get my wash shaver, and just to finish off the fade, I'm gonna go through and I'm just gonna hit it up with the shaver, get it all the way down to the skin. So now when you get done with the haircut, it should look similar to this. I'm gonna give him that George Jefferson fade. And now we can get into our unit. So luckily my client came in, he already had the top of his head shaved down, so it kind of saved me some time. But just because I want to go through this process correctly 100%, and I don't want to skip a step, I'm gonna show you guys everything. So I'm taking my detailers here and I'm just going in, I'm just cleaning up this area that he already cut down. He actually did a really good job of getting it ready for his hair replacement. With this scalp exposure unit, you want to get it all the way down to the skin. So I recommend using your trimmers or a really low blade to like a 5/0, 4/0 to get that hair all the way down, because like I said, we're going to be seeing the scalp exposure. So before I get started putting any adhesives on his head, I'm gonna take some rubbing alcohol and I'm just gonna clean his scalp. You want to make sure you get any grease or dirt or anything that's possibly on his head that can affect the length that the glue is going to last. You want to make sure you get any of that stuff off. Now after that, next step, you're going to take your eyeliner pencil and we're going to draw his hairline on. I don't think I could stress enough, I don't think I stressed enough in my last video how important it is to make sure that you draw this line on straight, because this line, however you draw it is how it's going to be when it comes time, when you finish the unit. When you go to line your unit up, if this line is crooked, your unit's going to look crooked. Not the unit, but the hairline is going to look crooked. So really take your time, use your mirror, and consultation with your client. Ask your client where they want their hairline, but try to make it as realistic as possible. I said in my last video, you're going to get people, they want their hairline down at their eyebrows if you're so happy to have hair again. But, I always give my recommendation. I ask them first, where would you like your hairline? And if they give me something that I feel looks way too unnatural, then I would suggest something else. But at the end of the day, they're paying for it. You really put it where they want it, but, use your expertise and, let them know what you recommend. So now I'm gonna take my lace wig skin protectant. And the skin protectant, like I said, it goes on just before the glue. Anywhere you're gonna put glue on the head, you wanna put the skin protectant. So I'm gonna go all the way up to the front hairline, because with this unit, I'm putting glue all the way up to that front hairline. And I'm gonna go all the way down to where his hair even begins on the side of his head. You see, I'm even gonna just hit up the small hairs on the side and then put the adhesive on. So now I'm gonna take my blow dryer. Just for video purposes, I'm gonna use my blow dryer just to blow this dry quick. You don't have to use a blow dryer. It probably takes a minute, 2 minutes to dry. So if you're not in a rush, you can just let it air dry, and then after it's air dry, you can go on to the next step. So again, take my electrical tape, and I'm gonna place this electrical tape on the line that I already drew. And then this is, what this does ultimately is makes your hairline straight. So I'm gonna use 2 pieces just because he has more of a rounded hairline. If you have more of a straight hairline, I could really get away with 1 piece. And even sometimes on the rounded hairlines, you can get away with 1 piece. But like I said, a lot of times it's tough to put 1 piece on the rounded hairline, because then the tape's gonna start to come up a little bit. And then once you do those 2 pieces coming across, you'll get the little V in the middle. And all you have to do is take just a small piece of tape, put it right there where that V is, and then that will straighten it out. So with the hair, I'm just gonna take a wide tooth comb. I'm gonna take about 6 pieces of that hair, I'm gonna fold it in half, and I'm gonna comb it out, just like you see me just do right there in that clip. And I'm just gonna, right now I'm just measuring it up with how big that I want it. So with this unit, I'm gonna do this in two separate areas. So I'm gonna do the first half of the head, and then I'm gonna go back and do the second half of the head. So you see I combed out a piece big enough to cover the first half of his head. I say from right in front of the crown down to the hairline. Then I'm gonna do a second piece from where that one ends all the way down to you know, where the hair stops in the back. So I'm gonna take my Ghost Bond adhesive and I'm gonna place it on, and I'm just gonna smooth it out on half the head in a nice even layer. I always recommend popsicle sticks or something along those lines when it comes to smoothing it out. Again, in this video, I'm using combs, and it really becomes a waste of your combs if you use combs to smooth it out. So get like a little paintbrush. I think somebody recommended in the last video, or a popsicle sticks or something like that. You can use old combs, or if you got some throwaway combs you'd like to get rid of. And I'm just gonna take this, I'm gonna smooth it out all the way, and I'm even gonna go over the tape that I have, because like I said, I wanna get a nice straight hairline. So I'm gonna go over that tape, and then wherever that tape is, there's not gonna be any glue under there. So once I peel that tape up, I'm gonna have a nice straight line. And the more even you can get the glue, is gonna dry all pretty much at the same time. With the comb, it's a little bit harder to get a nice even layer like I really want, but I still do a pretty good job with it. So now the Ghost Bond, as you can see, it starts to dry. When it starts to dry, it gets clear. You don't want to put the hair on right away while the glue's still white. You want to let it dry about halfway and then put the hair on. That's when it's the most tacky. So now after I remove that tape, I'm just gonna take a pair of shears. These are old shears. I don't use them to cut hair. I use them really just for man weaves hair replacements. And the thing I like about Ghost Bond is once you put it on, you can move the adhesive around and it doesn't make a big mess. Other lace wig glues, you know, whatever it touches, you got a big long string of glue. So now I'm gonna take the hair that I already combed out. That's 6 pieces, fold in half, comb it out, and then you're just gonna place it on the head. And now, one thing I want to tell you is that make sure that you don't press down in any certain spot with your fingers or anything like that, because it's easy with this unit to put fingerprints in people's heads if you do that. So my thing is try to get the hair as even as possible, lay down in a nice even layer, and then you know, you can just pat it down sort of around the edges everywhere where you have glue. And I'm just patting it real nice and softly, kind of spread it out, getting a nice even layer, so that way when it comes time to cut it, I don't have a lot of patches. And really just take your time. There's no rush when you're doing this. I think my first scalp exposure unit I ever did, I think it took me like 3 hours. This unit's quick now. It probably takes a half hour just to lay, probably not even a half hour to lay the hair. Probably an hour total for the haircut and the hair laying process and cutting it down. So now, same step in the back. You're gonna go put your glue on, go all the way down to where the hair is, and then where you stopped at right there at the top of the head, you want to put that glue all the way up to where that first layer of hair ends. So make sure that you don't leave a wide open space going straight across where that hair is, because then you have a line. If there's no glue there, no hair is going to stick there. And again, just getting a nice even layer. You see I'm going down even right onto the very tips of the hair. I'm going all the way up to where the hair ended. And so you see I got that long piece where the hair ended, looks like little ponytails or whatever. I'm holding it down right now. Don't cut that off yet. Wait until you get the second piece laid before you cut that off. So you just fold that up, and then you'll take the second piece and you lay it the same exact way. Make sure it's a nice even layer, and you get it laid right down, and just gently pat it. And then you can take a blow dryer and you can blow dry it on low, and use cool air. Do not put any heat on this unit whatsoever. Just softly patting it. Now just going through the whole unit, making sure I can get all that hair to adhere to that glue. So yeah, when you put all this hair on, it's gonna look funny at first, as you can see. But now we're just gonna go and we're gonna start just chopping it down. Now we're getting into where it really just becomes a regular haircut. I'm gonna use my shears right away just to get like the bulk of the synthetic hair off. And then once I get all that bulk off, I'm gonna come back and I'm just gonna you're gonna freehand with your clippers. I use my Wall Magic clips just because they're light, and I think they do a pretty good job. They're old clippers, and so that's why I use them for the hair replacements. You don't want to use your best clippers for these because the hair is synthetic hair, and you know it's gonna dull your blades out quick. I learned that right away, to not use your best clippers. And so you see me just cutting off all the bulk. Then I'm gonna go to my magic clip. I'm just gonna freehand this haircut just all the way down. So before you start to do this haircutting process right here, make sure that the unit is completely dry. Hit it with the blow dryer, cool air on low. Don't put it on high. Low air, low speed, cool temperature. Low speed, cool temperature. And make sure this unit is 100% dry, because some of that synthetic hair will get caught in your blades and it can easily pull some of the hair off that you had already laid. If something like that does happen, take a little bit of glue, put it in that spot, take a small piece of his hair, comb it out like we did, place it on there. It's like almost like a patch job. Patch it back, cut it down, even it all right up. You see, cutting off all that bulk, get all that bulk off, get it down to where it actually looks like they have a low haircut, and then just start freehanding it, getting it real nice and even. And don't worry if it looks a little bit patchy here and there. Like I said, if you have small patches and spots that you may have missed, you can always just take some glue back, put it in that area, take a strand of hair, comb it out, place it on there. Same exact technique. Like I said, patch it up. And then at the end, we're gonna take the color and we're gonna go back and you'll fill in any spots, and you'll get a nice even unit that you'll blend in to the real hair with the color. Another thing I really don't like about this unit is that you get this shine, and the shine really never goes away. I haven't seen a scalp exposure unit yet that wasn't shiny. So that's why I like like I said, when I get into the other units I'm gonna show you guys, you'll understand more why this is probably one of my least favorite units to do, just because of like the shine and the how long it lasts. Again, just freehanding it, take your time. Try to make sure you just get it as even as possible. With this unit, it doesn't really matter the direction that you're cutting. You cut in any direction, it's gonna come out the same way. But the biggest thing is, you see how I'm just patting it right there? Be nice and soft when you're patting it. Like I said, don't catch yourself gripping their head, because if you grip their head like this, you're moving it around, you'll see those fingerprints, especially if that glue's not dry, you'll see those fingerprints in the hair. And once that hair gets down like that, it's hard to get it back up. So after you get it cut down, you get it all nice and even like you want. Before we go, we do the color to kind of blend everything in. We're just gonna take my wall detailers and we're gonna go and just line it up like a normal haircut. So the hairline that we created, like I talked about in the beginning, that was so important to get straight. This is where you're gonna realize that, hey, I got my hairline crooked or not. And you really don't want to get to this point and realize that, because then you could be stuck having to remove it and redo the whole thing. So you can see the unit. You can see where it's still kind of light on the sides. I'm gonna show you how to fix that before we get into spraying and blending it. So I'm just gonna go through, just lining it up as I would a regular haircut now at this point. And don't go into the glue. Only line up where there's not glue. So right here, like you see the little patch I had, I'm just gonna take a little bit of Ghost Bond. I'm just gonna put it on that spot. I'm gonna take just a strand of hair, comb it out, place it on there, let it dry, and then cut it down. See, I'll just dry it up a little bit with the blow dryer, just kind of speed the process up. If you're not doing a video, you don't have to use the blow dryer. You see how I just placed that hair on there. And then I have a couple little spots, sort of where the synthetic hair blends from the into the real hair on the other side as well. That I'm gonna go ahead and do the same process on. So right here, you see I got a few light areas that I want to darken up a little bit. So like I try not to use a heavy dose of color of Kiss Express. I try to make it look as natural as possible I can without a whole bunch of color. So when it comes to blending, like I said, you see like these light spots, you can really use your enhancement and cover them up. And I've seen a lot of people do it, but at the same time, if you want to get away with using less enhancements, you know, you can go ahead and patch it up a little bit just like this. Let it dry and then go ahead and cut it down just like you did, get even all back up. It's all going to blend right in. So you see where I had those light spots, now I don't have them anymore. It's all blended right back in. So now that's the shot before I use any color to blend it in. Now I'm gonna take my air compressor, my airbrush. Got my Kiss Express in here. The color I use is a black Kiss Express. I mix it 50-50 with alcohol, and so half Kiss Express, half rubbing alcohol, and then it sprays out a lot better when you mix it with alcohol. Way more consistent spray. And now I'm just gonna go in and I'm just gonna blend that unit down into the real hair. So that's really all there is to the scalp exposure unit. Like I said, it's a lot easier than the moisture resistant unit that I posted last week. A lot fewer steps, and so it's something you can get out and you can really try right away. Again, if you guys got questions, make sure that you message me on Instagram, leave comments down below, and you know, let's go ahead and let's try some hair units. Let's see what you guys got. If you do some, send me some pictures. I like to see. So here's the before pictures. And here's some after pictures. You guys see the unit. Go ahead and leave me comments. Subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. But that's all I got for this video. I appreciate you guys tuning in again. Until the next video, this is Adrian the Barber, and I am out.